Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm checking out the MJX Bugs 2. This is another quadcopter from MJX that bridges the gap between hobby grade and toy grade, and this one has GPS on board. So this isn't the FPV version. I think they do a Wi-Fi FPV version of this one, but not a 5.8 gigahertz version. This is just the 1080p version here, and of course it has got brushless motors, very similar to the Bugs 6 that I reviewed. This is the white edition here, and you get given this huge battery with it. It is proprietary. It's a 2-cell 1800 milliamp 25C battery, but it's using a XT30 connector and a balance connector there, so you actually can use a hobby grade charger to charge it, which is really good. Now supposedly we should get a 15-minute flight time with this, which is pretty good. The only thing that I don't like about it is there's no on or off button, so the moment that you slide the battery in, it turns on. The battery is really difficult to get out. You have to press really hard on here, so yeah, you can't keep the battery plugged in for storage. Other than that, the quality of the plastic's pretty nice. It does bend, of course, because it's plastic. And then we've got some LEDs underneath here as well. And then if we take a look at the controller, now just like the last MJX model that I reviewed, it doesn't come bound to the model. So what you have to do, well, first of all, you have to put 4 AA batteries in there and remove the annoying screw out of the back there. This one, of course, does have altitude hold, but as I say, you have to put it into a bind procedure. So you have to turn the transmitter on with this button pressed, and then it will start flashing there, and then put the battery into the quadcopter, and then it will bind. Another thing that you can do in this mode, and it only works in this mode, is if you then long press the return home button for 3 seconds, you can cycle through mode 1, 2, 3 and 4, which I really like. Transmitter is fairly toy grade though, and it's using the Xbox 360 style pots. So we've got the option to turn on and off GPS, and we've also got this LCD display here as well, which tells us the number of satellites, and also it looks like the distance as well on here as well. And then we have got telemetry, so it also is going to tell us the battery level of the quadcopter, hopefully. And then we've got a button here. It's a long press to start video recording. We should get an icon on there as well, and a short press to take a photo. We've got an automatic takeoff and landing button as well, and you can also arm via this method as well. So that's pretty much it, I think. So you do have to calibrate the compass every time you fly. So I'm gonna turn the transmitter on and then push the battery in. It takes quite a bit of effort to get the battery in. There you go. We should get the LEDs flashing, and then this is beeped to say that it is bound. So now I have to move it on the ground to calibrate the compass. See, it's beeped there, and now I do it vertically. Okay, there we go. Look, all of the lights are on there. So now I am going to long press the video button, and there we go. It says it's recording video. So let's try the takeoff button. So it looks like you have to arm it first, do you, before that works? So yeah, you can arm with that button there, but also you can arm with the sticks as well, and to get it to it took off there on its own. Yeah, let's try that again. Let's come in for a landing. I think you have to drop the stick for it to disarm. There we go, look. So I think short press of that to get them going, but another press doesn't stop them, and a long press doesn't stop them. You have to bring the throttle back down. That's what I was trying to show. Right, so now if I get that going and then press the takeoff button, it should shoot up into the air, but you might as well use the throttle, I would say. So first things first, let's check out what the lock is like, because we don't have any optical flow sensors or anything like that, so it should loiter around a little bit. It's not going to be like a DJI model. So let's see how stable it is. Yeah, definitely loitering around there. Can you see how many satellites have I got? It says 14. Yeah, so that's height and distance, saying 2 meters there. So apparently you should get a 1 kilometer range with this, but seeing as it is a line of sight model, I would not recommend doing that. But it seems fairly stable there. So we've got return home on here, and apparently you can still control the aircraft when it returns home, so let's try pressing that and see what happens. It's actually going to go up first by the looks of it, and then it's coming back over, and hopefully it should come down. Not sure it is coming down though, it just seems to be staying in the one position, so maybe... Oh, there we go. I can still control it, and then hopefully another single press will exit out of it. There we go. So yeah, return home works. Let's try flying it around. It's actually quite sporty considering. Have to see what the footage is like. These fixed cameras are known to produce jello, so obviously I can't see what it is seeing because there's no FPV on this one, but it should be very easy for anyone to fly, and it's not gonna completely break the bank either. See if I can get a close-up shot of it. Yeah, it's definitely moving around in GPS mode. I'm trying to get close to it and get a single shot, but it's loitering a little bit. Not too bad though. So it will also return home if it loses signal, apparently. Let's try send it away a little bit, but I still want to be able to see it line of sight though. Let's say the height is here, just 28 meters, 32 meters. Hopefully it's not gonna fly away. 52 meters. That's probably all I dare to go with a toy grade, really. Yeah, I can see it moving around a little bit up there, so I need to keep an eye on it, but in general it's staying in the same position. Let's rotate it around a little bit. Still got control, so... And what are we there? 60 meters. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna test the 1 kilometer range out, but I think 60 meters height, line of sight is enough. You'd be risking it, I think, losing line of sight of it and just relying on the GPS, with it being a budget model. But you know, that's something you could do, but it's not something I'm gonna do. So hopefully now you're seeing some nice sights around here. Don't know how stable the video is going to be. But yeah, it's not flying away, it's not doing anything too drastic. You can see it moving around more than like a DJI model would, but that's to be expected. 17 satellites, it's keeping its height. Got 3 bars of battery, so yeah, it looks like this one looks like it is gonna fly for a long time, which is good because that's what we want, isn't it? So now I'm 60 meters high. Let's try return home and see what it does. It's moving to its position. It looks like it takes a few seconds until it starts to come down. That is just a little speck in the sky, definitely pushing it line of sight for 60 meters. Still at 60 meters. Oh, looks like it's descending. Yeah, and I can see it's descending on the transmitter. Isn't that amazing? So there's headless mode on here as well, which is on a switch, which I'm not going to try out because I don't like headless mode. The other 2 trims are actually fakes, they don't do anything. I can hear it, it's getting louder. It's gonna land on my head. That's not bad. Stop. Looks like the video's still recording. I am going to stop it though, just in case it corrupts. It can happen. So long press to stop video and then another long press to get it going. So we can turn off GPS, so let's just move it out there and let's turn it off. And now it should drift off. We still got altitude hold, but we should be able to fly it around a little bit more sporty, and you can as well. This is a nice model. MJX, they know how to do this, don't they? I mean, they're really not far at all from this being more hobby grade. Gave it a slightly more higher budget on the transmitter, proper gimbals, but then you'd be paying more money for it, wouldn't you? Oh yeah. It's gonna eat the battery up flying it around fast though, and imagine the video is gonna be just staring at the ground when in fast forward flight. You cannot change the angle of the camera, so if you want to get good camera footage out of this, then you're going to want to fly it pretty slowly. I have to remember that I've turned GPS mode off as well, so when I let go of the sticks, it'll keep going. Look. Yeah, so full forward, let go of the sticks, keeps going forward. I mean, it will stop eventually, but then if I stick GPS on, you can see it resists then. The controls go a little bit woolly, kind of like, you know, if you were flying a race quadcopter, kind of like the PIDs were really loose, but it's just the GPS compensating when you let go of the sticks, that's all. Wow, if this battery monitor is accurate, it hasn't moved, it's still on 3 bars, so we're looking at a great flight time with this. I have to fly around to get that battery depleted.